Picture a massive laboratory, the International Space Station, racing above us at 5 miles per second, circling Earth every 90 minutes. For over 2 decades, astronauts from around the world have called it home, conducting experiments impossible on Earth. The ISS is more than a satellite, it's a symbol of global cooperation and scientific ambition. But now, its future hangs in the balance. In Washington, D.C., a fierce debate rages. Should we keep funding this aging marvel, or pass the torch to private industry? NASA plans to decommission the ISS by 2030, shifting focus to commercial stations. Congress, however, is pushing back, warning that abandoning the ISS too soon could undermine American leadership and scientific progress. This isn't just a budget issue. It's about the direction of our future in space. The decisions made now will echo for decades. Do we maintain our foothold in orbit, or leap into a new era of commercial space? The stakes are immense: national priorities, scientific ambitions, and our role in the cosmos. The outcome will shape America's space legacy and influence our return to the moon and beyond. The ISS has led to medical breakthroughs, new materials, and a deeper understanding of our planet. As we look up at the night sky, we must ask, what's the right path forward for humanity's grandest adventure? The answer is being written right now. For over 25 years, the ISS has been a triumph of international collaboration. Built by former Cold War rivals and global partners, it stands as the most expensive object ever constructed. The station's continuous human presence has enabled groundbreaking research in microgravity, from new medicines to safer spacecraft. It's a unique platform for studying Earth's climate and the cosmos. But this legacy is under threat. A recent White House budget proposal called for major ISS cuts, aiming to redirect funds to the Artemis moon program. NASA was told to transition from station owner to customer, relying on future commercial platforms. This marks a dramatic shift in U.S. space policy. The dilemma: push further into the solar system or maintain the research base that makes those missions possible. Cutting ISS funding risks international partnerships and could leave the U.S. without a research platform in orbit. The future of American space leadership hangs in the balance. The battle lines are drawn. Just as the ISS's fate seemed sealed, Congress intervened. In a rare bipartisan move, lawmakers not only rejected proposed cuts, they increased ISS funding. They argued the station is a strategic asset, vital for science, jobs, and America's leadership in space. With over $100 billion invested, scrapping the ISS before a replacement is ready would be wasteful. The station supports thousands of high-tech jobs and fuels innovation across industries. Defunding it would chill investment and signal wavering commitment to space research. The new funding buys time for NASA and private partners to develop next-generation stations. This isn't just about saving a space lab, it's about ensuring a smooth transition and avoiding a costly gap in U.S. spaceflight. For now, the ISS has a reprieve. The future, however, remains uncertain. Congressional support can't change one fact: the ISS is aging. Launched in 1998, its hardware has endured decades of harsh space conditions. Cracks, leaks, and rising maintenance costs are mounting. Recent incidents highlight the station's growing fragility. Every component has a lifespan, and the risk of critical failure increases each year. NASA spends $3.4 billion annually to keep the ISS running, a major chunk of its budget. That money could fund new missions, telescopes, or moon landers. Every dollar spent on the ISS is a dollar not spent pushing deeper into space. NASA's solution: transition to commercially run stations, freeing up funds for exploration. The goal isn't to abandon orbit but to become a tenant, not a landlord. But this plan carries its own risks and uncertainties. To address the ISS's challenges, NASA is betting on commercial space. The agency envisions a future with multiple private stations where NASA buys access as needed. This model, proven by commercial crew and cargo programs, has already saved billions. NASA has awarded contracts to companies like Axiom Space, Voyager Space, and Blue Origin to build new stations. These ventures promise cheaper, more innovative platforms and could open space to new users: companies, universities, even tourists. A thriving commercial market could revolutionize research and manufacturing in orbit. But the transition is risky. The ISS is set to retire around 2030. Will new stations be ready in time, or will the U.S. face a gap in human presence in orbit? A misstep could halt research and damage American space leadership. The handoff must be seamless. Privatizing low Earth orbit has sparked fierce debate. Supporters say it's the next step, freeing NASA to focus on exploration while private industry handles routine operations. They point to commercial cruise success as proof the model works. Critics warn that decommissioning the ISS too soon is a gamble. Will commercial stations prioritize science or chase profits like space tourism? The ISS is a proven national laboratory. Its loss could jeopardize critical research. There's also the risk of ceding leadership to rivals like China, which now operates its own station. A gap in US presence would hurt research and diminish global influence. The debate is about NASA's core mission science or exploration. Budget pressures force tough choices, with some fearing cuts to world-class science in favor of moon missions. The challenge balanced scientific leadership with the drive to explore. The stakes couldn't be higher. The ISS debate is tied to NASA's next big leap, the Artemis program. Artemis aims to establish a permanent human presence on the moon, with a base camp and the gateway station. This will serve as a launch pad for science, commerce, and future Mars missions. But Artemis is expensive. Tens of billions for rockets, capsules, and landers. Some argue ISS funds are needed to accelerate Artemis. The choice: keep circling Earth or invest in returning to the moon to stay? Success would showcase US leadership and inspire a new generation. It would also shape the rules for future space exploration as other nations like China pursue their own lunar ambitions. The moon is the next frontier, and a new space race is underway. We stand at a crossroads: maintain the ISS or risk a new commercial era to reach further. The decision will define America's destiny in space. The cosmos awaits our answer.